Welcome to our regular news video. This week, we bring you 2 new updates from the Spider-Man universe. In addition, we provide you with an extra-large news report on Deadpool 3, where you can find out who the new bad guy in the upcoming film could be and what the already completed script for the Deadpool Christmas movie is all about. Plus, you can expect exclusive images from Indiana Jones 5, 2 new cast members for Blade, and Dwayne Johnson's statement about DC. Only a few weeks ago, it was confirmed that Hugh Jackman would return as Wolverine in the upcoming Deadpool 3. Now that the initially gigantic hype is slowly dying down, there are already rumors about another well-known character that might show up. The talk is about Wolverine's daughter, Lara, who was also known as X-23. She was played by Daphne Keane in 2017's last installment of the Wolverine series, Logan, and she may now be reprising her role. The rumors originated in the wake of a statement from insider Grace Randolph. In a video, she spoke of Kevin Feige using the multiverse saga to retire the original X-Men and put together his own MCU-conforming version. In the process, she went into more detail about the possible return of Daphne Keane as X-23, though whether or not her claims are true will surely be revealed soon. Others assume that Keane will not appear until Avengers: Secret War. However, this theory should equally be taken with a grain of salt. Other news about Deadpool 3 concerns Lady Death, who is considered to be the antagonist of the X-Men and Wolverine. As part of the casting for Deadpool 3, the search is said to have begun for an actress between the ages of 30 and 50 to play a major antagonist in the film, fighting against Wolverine and Deadpool. Lady Death is an extremely powerful character and, as her name suggests, is the personified Death who is capable of manipulating time and reality. In the comics, she also had a special relationship with Deadpool and Thanos. The latter in particular was hopelessly in love with her. She, on the other hand, was more attracted to Deadpool since he is immortal and Lady Death therefore had no chance of getting a hold of his soul. Another possibility would be Yuriko Oyama, aka Lady Deathstrike, who has a very similar name and is also under discussion. Her last appearance was in X-Men 2, which was almost 20 years ago. At the moment, there is a lot of speculation among fans, and it is not quite sure who will be right in the end. The third and final piece of news from the franchise is not so much about the upcoming third Deadpool movie, but one that has already been written but will probably never come out. It is a Christmas special that lead actor Reynolds has put on paper together with producers Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick. Reflections on the film are said to have taken place prior to the Disney acquisition of Fox, but were left behind during the Disney merger. Whether and in what context this film will possibly be produced after the release of Deadpool 3 is unclear. For now, we have to wait for the theatrical release of the third Deadpool movie, which is scheduled for November 8, 2024. Which Deadpool news were you most excited about this week, and who could you easily imagine in the female villain role? Let us know in the comments. Ever since 1981, he has been swinging over rocky canyons, running away from giant boulders, and always having to deal with the Nazis. We're talking, of course, about Indiana Jones, who has become the world's most famous movie archaeologist in 4 feature films to date. Soon, the 5th and final film in the series will be released in movie theaters, and one wonders what figure the now 80-year-old Ford will cut in his often physically challenging role. A first public trailer was unfortunately not yet granted to the fan community. This week, however, Empire magazine provided a few exclusive images and further information about the upcoming blockbuster. The images show Indy and his stepdaughter, Mads Mikkelsen as a Nazi villain, as well as exclusive covers that will grace upcoming issues of Empire. Additionally, there were some exciting details about Indiana Jones 5. As you can already tell from the secret set shots, as well as Mads Mikkelsen's character, Indiana Jones will once again meet some Nazis. However, the film is actually set in 1969, and thus almost 25 years after the Third Reich. Thus, events from 1944 and the late 1960s will be combined, as director James Mangold confirmed to Empire. In addition, many ex-Nazis are involved as scientists in the so-called space race between the Soviet Union and the United States. Among them is Mads Mikkelsen's character, Baller, who, for all of his enthusiasm for space, has an agenda all his own. For the opening sequence, a kind of flashback to the Raiders of the Lost Ark times is planned, for which the main character is digitally rejuvenated. After last week's rumors, we were denied by director Mangold that the test screenings had gone very bad. The mood among fans now seems to be more optimistic again. We are excited to see the cast around Harrison Ford as Indy, Phoebe Waller-Bridge as Helena, Mads Mikkelsen as Baller, and John Rhys Davies as Sala. The trailer will probably be released within the next couple of days or weeks. Indiana Jones 5 is then scheduled to open in theaters on June 30th, 2023. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse creators Phil Lord and Chris Miller talked about their new animated film. The highly acclaimed animation style of the first installment was one of the main reasons for its huge success, so it comes as no surprise that Lord and Miller focused mainly on the visuals in their recent interview. It was stated that the sequel will use not just one, but 6 different animation styles. The audience is expected to experience real wow moments when switching between the animations, which are thematically adapted to the movie. Fittingly, there has now been a close-up of a character wearing the Spidey mask. Given the amount of new characters, it's impossible to say beyond a doubt whether it's Miles Morales or someone else. Up to now, confirmed characters include Spider-Man 2099, Gwen Stacy as Spider-Gwen, Jessica Drew as Spider-Woman, Spider-Punk, as well as the villain, Spot. The list will certainly become even longer. After all, there's still a bit of time until the theatrical release of Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse on June 2nd, 2023. When Hollywood star Dwayne Johnson uploaded an almost 7-minute video on Wednesday, many asked themselves what important things the 50-year-old had to say. First, he praised his film, Black Adam, which is currently playing in theaters, and the fact that the Justice Society of America is now known to a wider audience thanks to him. However, this was followed above all by sharp words in the direction of former DC management. According to him, it was inexplicable and equally unforgivable that the studio did not bring back Henry Cavill as Superman earlier. Through years of persuasion, he said, he and Danny, as well as Hiram Garcia of his production company, 7 Bucks, succeeded in bringing back Henry Cavill into the DC universe. One of Johnson's biggest rivals within DC was Walter Hamada, who was still the president of DC until a few weeks ago. Now that Hamada has moved on to Paramount Pictures, nothing stands in the way of a Man of Steel sequel with Cavill, due largely to Johnson's relentless efforts. Many fans will surely appreciate this, as Cavill is an absolute favorite among fans and shaped the character of Superman in a similar manner to Christopher Reeve in his early days as Clark Kent. We are definitely looking forward to the upcoming movie around Cavill's Superman and are looking forward to more updates. A release date has not been fixed yet. Filming of the upcoming Blade is not going very smoothly. Although Green Book star Mahershala Ali was found to be the right person to play the main character, the previous director, Bassam Tariq, left the production at the end of September. In the meantime, a lot of valuable time has passed. After all, the MCU film is scheduled to be released in September of 2024 and has long had its fixed date in the schedule of the MCU. The latter is not known for its flexibility, and even minor movie postponements can have a huge impact on other projects. That's why the search for a new director was in full swing in the past few weeks to ensure that a Blade movie is brought to the big screen for the first time in almost 25 years. As The Hollywood Reporter announced this week, 2 important positions have been filled. On the one hand, Lovecraft Country director Jan Demanji takes over the vacant position of director, while on the other hand, Colin and Black and White writer Michael Starbury has been found as the right person to rewrite the script. Starbury is to pen a completely new screenplay following rumors in the past that lead actor Ali was a staunch opponent of the previous script, which was a mere 90 pages long. Now that the people responsible for directing and writing the screenplay have been determined, the production pace will have to pick up quite a bit in order to stick to the release date without any issues. Filming is scheduled to begin in Atlanta during the course of next year, with a theatrical release date of September 6, 2024. It has been known since September of 2020 that Sony is working on several series for various Spider-Man characters, in addition to the cinematic expansion of the Sony Spider-Man universe. As was recently made known, the first series project is now being set in motion. It is titled Silk Spider Society and deals with the eponymous Marvel heroine Cindy Moon, aka Silk. She shares a similar fate to Peter Parker, as she too was bitten by a radioactive spider. Likewise, she develops some spider-like superpowers and even has a very special connection to her male counterpart, Peter Parker, which will surely be addressed in the series. Silk is one of the newer Marvel characters and was created by Dan Slott and Humberto Ramos. She has, however, previously made appearances in Spider-Man Homecoming and Avengers Infinity War, where she was played by Tiffany Espenson. It is not clear whether she will return to her role or whether they will recast the superheroine. The first of many Spider-Man spin-offs from Sony will be showrun by Angela Kang, who currently occupies the same position on The Walking Dead. The script was penned by Dash and Lily writer Lauren Moon, while the series will be produced by Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse creators Phil Lord and Chris Miller. The series is expected to run in the United States on MGM+. Depending on how quickly further cast and crew signings progress, an early 2024 release date seems likely. That's it for our news this week. Feel free to check out our new original episode on our channel where we discuss our theories about a possible Frozen 3. Finally, we recommend you to watch the final trailer for Avatar: The Way of Water. We wish you happy watching. See you next time.